Hey everybody, in this video I'll discuss not only how to manage carb and sugar cravings, but also 9 things that you may be unknowingly doing to cause them so that you can live a life free of carb cravings and sugar cravings. But before I dig in, do you know about my free Facebook community where you can get direct support from me and also others who are going through what you're going through? If you haven't already joined, you can follow the link in the description to do so. You'll get even more exclusive trainings and even cooking demos. So now let's dig into how to manage carb cravings with diabetes. Food cravings are an unfortunately common occurrence in people with type 2, and you can be tempted to eat foods that are high in carbohydrate, which does lead to blood sugar spikes. It's important to not only manage cravings in a manner that will curtail your high blood sugar, but also prevent them from happening. The first step is identifying the food desires as either true physical hunger or as a craving. Ask yourself, am I physically hungry right now? Or am I experiencing feelings of loneliness, anger, boredom that may be triggering this hunger? And you may think that the body is craving carbohydrates, but that's sometimes not the case. The carb foods that you crave most will have a combination of sugar and fat. This is, think of comfort food like mac and cheese, cookies. This combination really tickles that reward center in our brain and helps to make us feel better and feel happier, which in turn decreases the level of stress hormones. And in this way, cravings are really a defense mechanism produced by our mind to comfort us in times of stress or deprivation, like starvation. The most common causes of food cravings are an irregular eating pattern or an over-restriction of key nutrients. For example, if you're at an energy deficit, your body will trigger you to want more food. It'll trigger a waterfall of hormones that tell you that you're hungry. Think belly grumbles. And along that same line, you may crave protein foods when you wake up in the morning after a fast. You may experience cravings for fruit if you haven't had fruit in a while. Has anyone ever come back from vacation for a week and just craved vegetables because you haven't had them in forever? Drastically restricting key nutrients is the leading cause of cravings in individuals with type 2 diabetes. So let's talk now a little bit about how to prevent these cravings from happening. Number 1 is adopt a consistent eating pattern. Whether that means preparing 3 meals a day, adding snacks, or ceasing the habit of grazing, finding an eating pattern that is reliable for your hunger level is so important. Next, you really want to balance meals. Each meal should contain about 3 food groups or more, and each snack 2 food groups or more. Think a protein and a veggie, or a protein and a fruit. This will ensure that you're getting those key nutrients and that you're not missing out on anything, so your body knows that you're nourished and doesn't fight you with cravings later on in the day. If you do not have a currently balanced or consistent eating pattern, you're likely experiencing cravings. And stop skipping breakfast. Those who suffer from frequent food cravings can cut them in half simply by eating breakfast. Feeding your body faithfully will help keep your metabolism happy and your mind at ease. If you are someone who's just not hungry when you wake up in the morning, then that is your body telling you that you don't need anything right now. Maybe you need something mid-morning. But if you are skipping breakfast and you're getting to lunch absolutely starving and having cravings for certain foods, that's a sign that you very likely need more energy in the morning. Next, focus on your food. Eat mindfully. By eating mindfully rather than multitasking during your meals, you are bound to make better food choices, better portion sizes, and prevent cravings between meals, even lessening stress by doing mindful activities like this. So take your time, immerse your senses in the food that you're eating, which actually reduces stress and makes you more satisfied with your meals. Next up is don't get too hungry. When you feel hungry, you're less likely to make nutritious food choices. The cookie monster comes out when you get too hungry. So feeding yourself consistently will prevent extreme hunger and lead to better food choices, a more stable metabolism, and steady blood sugar. If you find yourself having plenty of feelings of hunger throughout the day and not feeding yourself at those hunger feelings, then you're very likely causing cravings without knowing it. Avoid over-restricting. As I just said, over-restricting of key nutrients like carbohydrates and the vitamins and minerals and fiber that those carb foods contain is the leading cause of food cravings in people with type 2. If your body feels deprived, you will be told. Your body will tell you when you are hungry and missing nutrients. So if you are, your body is likely going to tell you, hey, I'm hungry and I'm craving some nutrition. To lessen these food cravings, eat that consistent and balanced eating pattern. Nurture steady blood sugars. And if you need help with this, feel free to message me. Next up, choose wholesome foods at least 80% of the time. You've known the 80-20 rule, you've probably heard it before, but picking wholesome, nutrient-dense foods most of the time ensures that you're providing your body with the key nutrients it needs to stay healthy and still giving yourself enough flexibility and freedom to get the foods that you also enjoy that may not immediately fit into a blood sugar stabilizing diet. Now, that is a really big, frequently asked topic for me to discuss, and I do have a training on this in that Facebook group that I mentioned earlier. Always check your emotions and manage stress in a healthy way. Are you ever feeling stressed or lonely, bored, tired? Stress and lack of sleep are commonly the cause of food cravings as a coping mechanism. So to prevent this, manage your stress in really helpful ways. Maybe you need to go for a walk. Maybe you're feeling stressed and you think about going to the cabinet to get something that might spike your blood sugar. Sit back and think again, is this physical hunger or is this emotional hunger? If it's emotional, think of a few things that you can do instead. I can go for a walk. I can take a bubble bath. I can read a book. Any of those will keep you from using food in an unhealthy way as a coping mechanism. And lastly, calm your body by nourishing it with nutritious carb foods. These carb sources include whole grains, fruits, legumes, so things like popcorn or whole grain like quinoa, starchy vegetables, beans, yogurt, fruits. These are super nutritious carb foods that provide you with a lot of other nutrients outside of just the carbohydrate, like fiber, which stabilizes blood sugar, even a little protein, which also stabilizes your blood sugar, and countless vitamins and minerals that are essential to a healthy metabolism and actually reversing diabetes. So it's really important to manage carb cravings, but it's equally important to prevent them by using any of the strategies that I listed above. Because imagine a life with no carb or sugar cravings. If you have any questions So it's really important to manage carb cravings well, but equally as important to prevent them using any of the strategies that I talked about in this video. Because imagine a life with no carb or sugar cravings. This is something that my Drop Diabetes program clients get to experience, and you can too. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me. I hope that you found this video helpful, and as always, comment below to let me know what you want to see next, and a reminder to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching.